In recent days, tensions between China and the United States have been escalating. The United States, in order to cover up the epidemic and the economic crisis at home, has frequently attacked China and invented one lie after another. Today, we are going to expose those ridiculous lies of the United States. Lie 1. US closes consulate in Houston because China stole US vaccine research and development. It is extremely offensive to close the Chinese consulate in Houston without warning and without reason, but the United States has created an excuse to say that the Chinese consulate is stealing American intellectual property. They are doing it to protect American intellectual property. Ironically, China is a global innovator and intellectual property power, and is also a leader in the development of vaccines for COVID-19. Vaccines with its own intellectual property rights have entered clinical trials successfully. On the 25th, Chinese scientists also showed their brilliant results on GMCC, the first online academic exchange platform on the epidemic in China. What is the reason for China to steal intellectual property from the US? Is the order reversed? Lie 2. US says Chinese Consulate General in Houston is conducting a massive illegal espionage operation. The US conspiracy theory has gone so far as to claim that the Chinese Consulate General in Houston is engaged in subversive behavior, that it is at the center of a massive illegal espionage and ideological propaganda campaign by the Chinese military to boost its war advantage by sending students to the US. The Chinese Consulate General in Houston is the first Chinese Consulate General since the establishment of diplomatic ties between China and the United States. The composition and number of the Consulate General have always been open to the US. If the US really feels that there is something wrong with the consulate, why has it not said a word for more than 40 years? Now they will be the crime firmly to the consulate, and not a bit of evidence out. It only shows that the US is making something out of nothing. The irony is that America's speculation illustrates how well it measures itself. As we all know, the US has the largest diplomatic team in the world. The Five Eyes Alliance Intelligence Cooperation Alliance has been violating international law and basic norms of international relations for a long time and has carried out cyber espionage and surveillance on foreign countries. PRISM and other incidents cannot be covered up. America is always a crazy thief shouting "Stop thief." Lie 3. The US says China supports counteractions with nationalism that undermine students' freedom of speech. In September 2019, Chinese students supported the motherland and opposed Hong Kong independence on American campuses, but the United States actually claimed that this was China's support for countermeasure activities with a nationalist color. This counteraction is actually a spontaneous, rational, patriotic by Chinese students. The parade is the students are spontaneous, is the exercise of their freedom of speech, whether destruction. Moreover, the United States, which always has double standards, has also forgotten that it is the United States that has been deliberately encouraging the Hong Kong rioters and whitewashed the atrocities of the anti-Chinese Hong Kong forces in the name of human rights and democracy. Over the years, the US has always tried to interfere in China's internal affairs. It is ridiculous and hateful to slander China as if it were a harmless person after having done so many bad things. Now, with the US election season approaching and the US economy badly hit by the epidemic, the US government is using China to try to divert attention and fabricate a lot of lies to do so. But a lie is a lie. Every American lie, we will mercilessly expose. China will neither fear nor condone the slander of the United States.